Hey guys, what's up? It is Sunday evening, and I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on this diet that I've been doing here. Um, so I am a Sunday evening here, and for those of you keeping score, let's see. Monday was 15 days in, so Tuesday was 16, Wednesday was 17, Thursday was 18, Friday was 19, Saturday was 20. So today is my 21st day. I guess I should have known that. It's been officially 3 weeks now on this diet at the end of today. Um, and I want to say, and I might have revealed these before, but I want to give you guys two things, two big takeaways that I've had so far over these last 3 weeks. Okay. Now the first takeaway is this. I think human beings are omnivores, right? And I know that we all know, whoa, big eureka moment, right? No, I believe we're omnivores, and I believe we are meant to eat, meat and plants. We're meant to eat both of these things. And it's indicated. If you look at a human being like an animal, it's indicated. You can see based on how many taste buds we have, based on our sense of smell, based on our sense of taste, based on how our teeth are, the way our teeth are made. We have the incisors in the front, we have the molars in the back, but our incisors aren't very big. It's not like we were meant to just be carnivores. If we were meant to just be carnivores, we'd have like some real like canines. We don't. Um, so that's the first thing. We're meant to eat plants and animals, okay? And like you got all these groups, you got all these groups that try to talk about, this and try to talk about that. And like, you got these guys over here who say we're vegans and we're not supposed to be eating animals. You got these guys over here who say we're carnivores, we're not supposed to be eating plants. Then you got all manner of people in between, right? And I'll tell you what it equals. It equals a lot of confusion for people, a lot of confusion. Nobody knows which way is up, which way is down when it comes to what to eat, right? And I think this is, I know at least for me, it was very, very frustrating. It was very confusing, and frankly, very annoying. And it was part of the problem. Um, and so it kind of leads me into the second big realization. First big realization: we are omnivores. We are meant to eat plants and animals. That's just the way it is. We get some of our vitamins from animals, we get some of our vitamins from plants. And for those of you out there who think that that's wrong, how many people out there do you see who are completely vegan who don't have to take supplements? You know? How many people out there who are completely carnivore who don't have to take some kind of a supplement to get vitamins that they're supposed to be getting from plants? Right? I mean, the thing is, I think human beings are omnivores, and because they're omnivores, they're very versatile. Our bodies are an amazing, marvel of science. It can eat just about damn near anything. I mean, I was watching the case study about a guy who ate nothing but potatoes for a year, and he had lost weight. He was doing good. But just imagine that, man. A body that has been able to just take potatoes and get everything it needs from the potato. So yeah, the human body can take a lot. It's very versatile. That's why you got human beings living everywhere. Um, Very versatile machine is our bodies. So we're omnivores. But I tell you what, the fact that we're omnivores and the fact that we do eat plants and animals, that I don't think that's really what's making us sick as a culture. I don't think that's what's making everybody fat. Man, you go back 100 years. You go back 100 years, there wasn't nearly as many people who were fat. There wasn't nearly as many people who were sick with all these illnesses. But you know what we had 100 years ago? We had everybody still eating plants. We had everybody still eating meat. We had everybody still eating bread. These things were prevalent 100 years ago. But you know what wasn't prevalent? All these all these preservatives, all these chemicals that they're putting in the food wasn't as prevalent 100 years ago. Um, so yeah, I think that a lot of it is the ultra processed foods. It's not doing us any favors, man. It's not doing us any favors, not at all. And my son and I were watching The Matrix the other day,
Mm-hmm.
And there was a part in the Matrix where like Neo, he finally wakes up for the first time in the real world, and he's like, my eyes hurt. Why do my eyes hurt? What's going on? And Morpheus says to him, like, your eyes hurt because you've never used them before, right? And he says, born into bondage, right? Well, I feel like that's how a lot of humans are, as far as like how we eat. Like, we were born into like this, kind of circus of like mad scientist chemistry being done on all the foods that we eat, all these mega ultra processed foods, and a blast of marketing with everything. So we got marketing and we got chemistry. It's a rigged game, man. It's a rigged game. So think about like when you're a baby, you're born and you're supposed to drink milk, right? Your mother's milk or bottled milk when you're first born, and then finally you're old enough to eat. And what do you eat? You eat baby food. Well, I guarantee as soon as you start eating that baby food, you're eating some chemicals. There's some stuff in that baby food that's not just vegetables. Then you get a little older, you start eating regular food, and then like what's in the regular food? Chemicals, right? Unless your parents got you eating ultra clean, right? And so yeah, from the time that you're very little, your brain is already being blasted with chemicals that makes your brain think that that's the good food to eat, right? Because the chemicals and the chemistry that they've done on this food makes it desirable to your brain, right? But half of it is just, it's not good for you. More than half of it, a lot of it's not good for you. So yeah, I mean, I think that kind of leads me to my second big point, which is I think that like, so well, I'm getting mixed up. Sorry, guys. The point that I was making with that, with the whole Matrix thing and being born into bondage when it comes to food, is this idea that, like, basically all other animals on this planet, they have instinct for what they're supposed to eat. Even animals that, like, their parents, like, they put them in like the mound building birds in Australia. Like the parents put the eggs in like a nest. They cover it with vegetation. The vegetation starts rotting, and that keeps the eggs warm. The parents leave; they're gone. They never. When the babies hatch, their parents are nowhere to be found, right? And there are other animals and insects in society that are like that, like a spider. Spider lays eggs, and hundreds of babies come out of this egg. Like that spider doesn't like take the time to feed every one of those babies, but those baby spiders, they come out knowing what to eat. They just know what to eat instinctually, right? And I started looking into this, like how do they know what to eat, right? How do all these animals know what to eat when they're first born, right? And a lot of it is like encoded into your DNA, and a lot of it is also like represented like in your sense of smell and your sense of taste. Like things that you're supposed to eat taste good. For example, like a carnivore has like 400 taste buds, right? But like we have like 10,000 taste buds. But then you look at some of these herbivores, like in the jungle, they have like twice as many taste buds as we do. And the reason why is because they have to differentiate between a lot of different plants that we don't really have to differentiate between because we're omnivores, right? So like there's several things that's built into our bodies that's supposed to help us figure out what to eat, is what I'm saying. But we don't have that because we're born into this world and we're constantly fed chemicals. We're fed chemicals and we're blasted with marketing on the television from the time that we're very, very little. So what it equals is you grow up and you don't know what the hell to eat. And that ties into the third thing that I want to point out. Religion, okay? People have turned food into a religion, all right? I'm telling you, you got the vegans over here, and they got their own doctrine, don't they? Like, I remember I was on the Atkins diet a long time ago. This is like 2001 or something. I was on Atkins diet, and you know what? Atkins diet had a book. Like, every one of these diets have their own Bible, right? All these different ways of eating, they have their own doctrine, just like religion. You got the vegans, they got their own doctrine. You got the carnivore people, they got their own doctrine. You got the South Beach diet, you got the rice diet, you got all these different diets, ketogenic diet, They all got their own like doctrine. They all got their own religious artifacts. They all got their gurus. It's religion, man. It's just religion. The problem is this. Food is not religion, okay? No other animal on this planet views food the way we're viewing food. And because we're trying to view food like religion, I think that's why it's confusing us, right? The fact is, we're omnivores. We don't just eat plants. So the vegans who decide they have this religious belief, that's really what it is. It's a religious belief that they're only going to eat plants, okay? And it's unethical to eat an animal, which is absolutely ridiculous. Every other animal on this planet that eats animals eats animals. We eat animals. So for us to act like it's unethical to eat animals is absolutely ridiculous. It's like going against nature, basically. It's the ultimate going against nature. Same with the carnivores. The carnivores act like, eating plants will give you cancer. Like it's crazy. Like these are crazy like religious doctrines, But and I'm not saying religion's bad, I'm a Christian myself, so I'm not like cutting down religion. I'm just saying like it has its place, right? And like food doesn't belong in religion. Food is not religion. You can't make the way you eat a religion. And that's basically what these people have done. They've made it a religion. It's an ideology. And food is not meant to be an ideology. The ideology is, hey, you probably need to be eating about 30% meat and probably about 70% vegetables. That's probably what it needs to be. That's what I think. If we look at our ancestors, our hunter-gatherer ancestors, they probably ate about 30% meat and about 70% vegetables and stuff they gathered. So that's the way I look at it, man. And I guess those are kind of my thoughts. And those are really, really valuable insights that I've came to while I've been on this diet this last 3 weeks, okay? So anyways, tomorrow I'm going to weigh myself. And I know I'm talking about us being omnivores, and I'm talking about how we eat meat and we eat plants. And I want you guys to know that's truly how I believe. Right now, I'm trying to lose some weight, all right? So, like, for me, like, I don't know that eating meat is the best way for me to lose weight. If I add things to my diet going forward, like next week and week 4 or beyond, and I add meat, the way I look at it is this, you guys. We're omnivores. We're meant to eat plants. We're meant to eat meat. But you know what we're not meant to eat? We're not meant to eat all these chemicals they invented and put in our food. That's what we're not meant to eat. So, to me, man, I want to eat as clean as possible. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. I like the way I'm eating right now. I'm getting used to it, and I don't really feel like some kind of craving to eat meat. But, like, I think that, like, there's no problem in eating like a piece of chicken or something. The key is don't go buy chicken at like Kentucky Fried Chicken, or don't go buy chicken at Lee's Famous Recipe, right? You got to go buy some chicken breast at the store that's clean, right? And you got to cook it up yourself, and so you know what's in the chicken, right? I think that's the key. And then I think it's like you shouldn't be eating like nothing but chicken all day. You shouldn't be eating nothing but steak all day. You got to eat clean. Like, keep the chemicals to a minimum. And, look, you got to eat a lot of vegetables and a lot of fruits and, maybe about 30% meat. Like, that's what I think. I mean, if you look at what our system requires for calories, and, again, I don't want to delve too much into this stuff because this very quickly devolves into religious doctrine. You got these people over here who say, oh, we need this much protein, right? Depending on how much your weight is. Then you got these people over here who say, actually, you don't need even half of that much protein. You don't even need a third of that much protein. You can actually exist with no protein. So like very quickly, just simple ideas like how much protein do you need devolves into like idealistic doctrine, right? Depending on what you believe and what side of the fence you're on, all that's ridiculous. I'm telling you, it's completely ridiculous. I see people fighting over like whether they're true vegans or not because they eat palm oil. All right. Oh, you eat palm oil? You're not a vegan, dude. That's totally unethical. Nah, man, that's totally ridiculous. Okay. What I eat doesn't have anything to do with like what I think is a good idea or what I support or whatever. Like, don't try to mix the two things together. That it doesn't, you know. Just because I happen to eat eggs from a grocery store, that doesn't mean I support the abuse of chickens, okay? Not what that means. I think anybody who ever bought eggs at a grocery store assumes that the chickens are being treated fairly, right? I think that when you go into business to sell chickens or to sell eggs, there is like a unwritten rule that says you're supposed to treat those animals the way they're supposed to be treated. You're not supposed to abuse the animals. It's like kind of like this, I don't even know if it's an unwritten rule. There's probably laws on the books that say that you're not supposed to be abusing these animals. And I don't think the people who go to the store and buy eggs are supposed to boycott every single little thing at the grocery store because they don't trust that the companies are being ethical with things. I just don't. I don't go for that, man. I think there's a situation where everybody has to eat, and I just think that well, look, you know what? I'm rambling on. I could go on and on about this crap. Let me just shut up. This is Sunday night. This is my week 3 wrap up. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be weighing myself. I'm excited to see what I weigh now. I wanted to talk about this stuff because anyone watching these videos or anybody who watches these videos in the future, don't think that I'm eating only like vegan, raw vegan, because that's pretty much what I'm eating. Right? I'm pretty much eating raw vegan right now, outside of some canned vegetables. But don't think that I have some kind of stance on like how raw vegan is the way you need to eat, because that's not how I feel. All right, that's not how I think. And I wanted to kind of share with you how I did think. So, anyways, look, that's it for today. Tomorrow I'm going to do weigh-in. I'll see where I'm at. Thanks so much for checking this one out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another update. Peace.